what is the moisture content? Moisture means available of moisture in food material with respect to some sort of sample, some sort of dry matter. So moisture content can be defined as two way, wet basis moisture content and dry basis moisture content. So wet basis moisture content we generally denoted in small m, and in dry basis moisture content we generally denoted in capital M. We also write as WB. Dry basis means DB. So in wet basis moisture content is that means weight of water by weight of sample. This gives us wet basis moisture content, and in case of dry basis moisture content it is weight of water by weight of dry matter. And one difference between WB and dry basis, wet basis moisture content maximum value can be reached 99.9% for theoretically. For dry basis moisture content value it may be reached more than 100%, greater than 100%, because in this formula we taken into consideration weight of dry matter. Means if any material having dry matter of 3 gram and it having 20 gram of water, so means 23 gram is total weight. So approximately 6 point something will be the 600% will be the dry basis moisture content. For in case of wet basis moisture content it will come like that, 3 by 20, 3 by 23. So huge difference. Why in case of dry basis this value gives us 600%, and it will get below 100%. In experimental they always prefer dry basis moisture content. Sometimes it is also reach at like 800%, 1200%. It is possible for wet dry basis content, but in wet basis moisture content maximum value we can theoretically assume is 99%, not 99, it's 99%. And for dry basis it is possible to beyond 700%, 800%, it is possible. For wet basis content it is not possible. So let's analyze this formula. Weight of water. Weight of water we can define as WW. Weight of water. Weight of sample. Sample means it should contain water and dry matter. Weight of sample means water plus dry matter. If we add this, then we can got this weight of sample. In case of dry matter, only weight of water by weight of dry matter are taken into consideration. So let's find this relationship between wet basis and dry basis. Wet basis then we divided weight of dry matter from each component. So this will give us, this is only weight of water by weight of dry matter. It is known as the dry basis moisture content. It is also known as the dry basis moisture content. It is also got one cancel, means this wet basis moisture content, it will be dry basis by 1 plus dry basis. So when you are going for different types of treatment process or industrial processing, so there should be certain limit up to that, so that the moisture can be removed, and this certain limit can be expressed in terms of certain terminology. For that we can introduce so that here equilibrium moisture concept terminology is came. So equilibrium concept means when, if for example if you are adding sugar in water, so after certain time if we it will got saturated. After that, if we add much more amount of sugar, then it can be dissolved. Means after certain time it will reach at a certain equilibrium condition. After that, it can't be dissolved more sugar in certain amount of water. Means there is equilibrium condition is reached. For that, in case of food or biological material, when you talk about equilibrium moisture concept, means the moisture content, that much moisture content we can remove. This terminology is, this gives us idea how much amount of moisture we can remove from this from any food material under any condition. The given humidity or temperature, means when you are applying or define any equilibrium concept, so first consideration is, so humidity and temperature, temperature should be at that particular point when you are talking about equilibrium, like how much amount of moisture that can be present on the food material at that particular humidity and temperature. So if we changing the humidity or temperature, then moisture content may vary. So the consideration is humidity and temperature must be same when you are calculating representing equilibrium moisture content. Means that can after this condition their moisture cannot be absorbed or cannot be removed with respect to the surroundings. So second thing in comes to our mind, like if you go in further, so equilibrium moisture content gives us two terminology. First one is the desorption isotherm and secondary is the adsorption isotherm. What do so desorption isotherm means losing the moisture content. If any product is losing the moisture content and attain equilibrium moisture content, here we can write equilibrium moisture content in terms of EMC or sometimes that is denoted in moisture content in terms of EQ. So when a product is losing moisture, means they have to lose the moisture content. For example, so if a product having moisture content is 70% and that and then when they comes to equilibrium condition, then the moisture content is 30%, means this 70% to 30%, 40% moisture is removed. So this condition we can define as desorption isotherm. So in reverse terminology means adsorption isotherm. When any product is gaining moisture content with respect to the surroundings, that can be denoted in adsorption isotherm. Isotherm means in isothermal condition, either not gaining or not losing. That is the meaning of isothermal. Means no temperature difference should be exist in that condition, in that particular process. So this isothermal process is come, or you can define, you can know this isotherm. Desorption means losing the moisture content, adsorption means gaining the moisture content from the surroundings. So when if next is the desorption and isotherm, if we are see the graph that we will see later. So there is difference exists between, in that process we can known as the hysteresis effect. So where it is using for in times of when drying calculation, if we need to calculate the drying time, how much moisture content is removed and what are the equilibrium condition up to this certain temperature, for say 40 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius, after that moisture cannot be removed. So this, when you are applying this type of or going to solve this types of problem, so then equilibrium moisture content is required to know this how much amount of moisture we can be freely remove, or after that we can't be removed and the moisture content. So what is the relationship, means how adsorption isotherm and desorption isotherm curve is looks. So you can see that here we represent water activity value, here we represent moisture content, means we can denote it in moisture content MC, water activity AW, we can denote it in AW. So you see this graph is looks like this and then going to this direction, and then again another graph is coming that is looks like this graph is mainly known as the desorption, and this graph is mainly known as the adsorption. Means this graph is calculated or presented when the moisture, any material is gaining the moisture content, then this type of graph will come. When any product attain equilibrium moisture content, when they losing the moisture content, then adsorption means this direction and desorption means this two difference is known as the hysteresis effect. So there should be certain relationship exist between always equilibrium moisture content and water activity. Equilibrium moisture content here also we presenting in terms of at specific humidity and specific temperature. So when we are presenting moisture content and water activity, so this can be interrelated to each other. So first this A zone, first derive the zone. This A zone, this is known as the zone A. This zone is maybe denoted in B and this zone is C. So in this direction water activity is 0 here, water activity is 1 here. Means 1 means moisture product having high moisture content, and 0 means product having less moisture content, and it will be less susceptible to spoilage. So in zone A, this is known as the zone A. Zone A, you see this value will near to 0. So means the product having less moisture content. So zone A is means whatever the water is present in zone A, that are strongly bound, and it is unable for reaction. Means these types of water may be present in internal molecules of this food material or chemical different types of chemical composition, they are present in that form. So this is also known as the monolayer moisture in zone A, because here moisture content is also less and water activity is also less. So this is known as the bound moisture content. What is bound? That let's see in next slide. So it is strongly bound in which force? Adsorption force, and there is no difference exists between adsorption and desorption, because there is lesser moisture content is present in that condition. So in condition here neither any material is gaining moisture content or losing moisture content. So in this zone no types of reaction is taken place. Mainly these types of whatever the water molecules are present in this zone, they are mainly known as the bound moisture content. And in zone B, you can see that here water activity is 1 and it is tends to 1, means maybe it is greater than this zone A value, means this zone is present as transition zone, and here water is present in multi-layer formation and it is less strongly bound, means here is a chance water can be removed like in multi-layer, because they are presenting in multi-layer, and here moisture content is also medium as compared to zone A. In zone B moisture content is higher. So here some types of moisture mobility or moisture transmission is maybe takes place, or and due to because they are not strongly bound on. And in zone C, here moisture is loosely held, also very high as compared to zone A. Zone B it is much higher. So here water act as a solvent and it can mobilize serve the mobilize with reactants. So in like in zone C, here the difference adsorption and desorption maybe takes place, you can see in better way as compared to zone A. Zone B is the starting zone for adsorption or desorption process, and zone C is the ending point through which adsorption process and desorption process ends. So in simple term we can call this, when we are plotting the moisture content versus water activity plot, A is basically means that the bound water, and zone B maybe here water is present in multi-layer, and zone C here water is easily removable because water acts as a solvent. And here you can see this when any moisture is at an equilibrium moisture content, adsorption process takes place when they are gaining, or desorption means when they are losing moisture content, and difference between this adsorption and desorption process known as the hysteresis process. So let's talk about what are the different types of moisture content that are available in food material. So if we are plotting the graphs between relative humidity, or we can define as RH, or moisture content. Relative humidity, relative humidity means amount of water present in dry air. When you talk about this humidity is 70%, means 70 by 100 is equal to, means 70 kg is water is present per 100 kg of dry air. If you are like representing is in 70% humidity. Representing the moisture content in terms of relative humidity and moisture, so 100% relative humidity line, and this is known as the 0% relative humidity line. From this to this, and from this to this is the 100% relative humidity line, and this is the moisture behavior of any material, how moisture is removed or how moisture is gaining any material. So this is the maybe assume one simple material characteristics, any material, any food material moisture gaining or losing. So when we are plotting in terms of relative humidity and moisture content, then what, at which point this moisture behavior is cut, is known as the bound water, and beyond this zone that is known as the unbound water. Bound water, some shorter portion may be removed, but majority of bound water we can't be removed in any process. Unbound water, that we can remove using different types of processing techniques. So means after this line, whatever the moisture is present in food material, that will in left direction is known as the bound moisture content, and whatever the moisture content that are represented here, that may be known as the unbound moisture content. So in drying process, assume moisture is, food material is can be dried up to this particular point. So we know this up to this portion is unbound moisture content, and this portion is the bound moisture content. So this bound moisture content and unbound moisture content called as free moisture content. Bound means some portion of moisture that can be removed during any thermal processing, and unbound means how much amount of water that can be easily removed with application of any processing. Summation of these two may be known as the free moisture content, means amount of moisture content that can be removed by any types of processing. So let's talk about one by one. First one is the bound moisture content. What is bound moisture content? So as I told, the intersection of this relative humidity line with equilibrium moisture content represent the bound moisture content. One thing you need to remember, this bound water gives us lesser vapor pressure. Hygroscopic material may be called that type of material which is having contain more high amount of bound water, that is known as the hygroscopic material. So means in case of bound water, bound moisture content or water content, whatever you say, 100% humidity line with equilibrium moisture content, then the whatever the value you got or you get, that will represent the bound moisture content, that we can't be removed easily, but some portion we can remove. And bound water gives us the vapor pressure that is lesser as compared to pure liquid water, and whichever the material is contain high amount of or high percentage of bound water, that is may be known as the hygroscopic material. Secondary that we can denoted is unbound moisture, means unbound moisture content. You can see from this graph, after this equilibrium relative humidity, like when you are intersecting 100% relative humidity, whatever the moisture content present in right direction is known as the unbound moisture content, means that is also represented in void. Unbound moisture content present in terms of voids, means pore space, easily remove. Excessive amount of content of unbound moisture may be denoted in high moisture content food product. So, and in the second case, so this unbound moisture content or water gives us the higher vapor pressure as compared to ordinary or pure liquid moisture content, as that can be removed by drying or any other processing under any given temperature and humidity. Always remember, if we change the temperature and humidity, this moisture removal rate, whatever the moisture will migration rate, drying rate, moisture diffusion rate, that will change. So whenever you writing any definition that will contain at given temperature and humidity, always follow that. If we don't if we change the temperature, then the free moisture content may be high or may be lesser. So if we change the humidity, whatever the moisture content present in the surrounding, the moisture removal rate or whatever the amount of free moisture that can be removed easily, that content may be also be changed. So here important is the temperature and humidity. At that same temperature, how much amount of water that can be removed, and during this drying process, that is known as the free moisture content. So one thing, it may be include both bound and unbound moisture content, that I told, means like this is known as the free moisture content. Up to this is unbound moisture content, and this portion contain bound moisture content. Or sometime also we calculated from whatever the total average moisture content present in that particular food product minus equilibrium moisture content, that will gives us the free moisture content, means total amount of moisture content that we initially present in the food product, and then equilibrium relative moisture content, means the how much amount of moisture that can be removed by application of any processing techniques. When you subtract in these two items, that will gives us the free moisture content.